Hello, Bellowa Scholars. It's me, Miss Faraj, and we are back for another Science Week. We are going to be starting a new unit today all about the butterflies. Well, how does a butterfly begin? Which stage does a butterfly begin in? If you said caterpillar, you are correct. So we're going to be talking about the caterpillar, its unique features, characteristics, body parts, and diet today. Let's get started. All right, boys and girls, before we start a lesson, we always begin with our objective. And let's not forget, an objective is our goal. It's our target. What do we want to learn by the end of the lesson, or what do we want to understand? Let's read them together. I can describe a caterpillar. We have another one. I can identify the various parts of a caterpillar. So you can see, like I said earlier, we're going to be able to go through descriptions, unique characteristics, and all about caterpillars. We're also going to be able to go over each part of a caterpillar's body. Guiding questions. These are some things that I want you to think about as we go through our slides. Number 1, what is the purpose of the different parts on a caterpillar's body? So we are going to go through each part of a caterpillar's body, and I want you to think about, what is the function? What is the purpose of it? Why is it important to a caterpillar? Why do they need that body part? And we're also going to ask ourselves, well, what makes a caterpillar unique? What makes a caterpillar stand out? Think about those while we go through our slides, boys and girls. Let's get started.
Welcome to my treehouse. I've got something really interesting to show you. Have a look at these. They're eggs. Most mini bees come from eggs. These ones were laid by a butterfly. But the fascinating thing is that when these hatch, they won't be butterflies. Not just yet. They'll be something else. Do you know what? Have a look in here. Do you know what that is on the leaf? Yes, it's a caterpillar. And here's another one. Look at its beautiful colours. Caterpillars are eating machines. They eat and eat and eat as much as they can. That's their job, to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's have a closer look. Here's a caterpillar busily eating away. Caterpillars have only 6 legs. It looks like they have many more, but the extra ones aren't legs at all. They're just little hooks to hold onto the leaves. A caterpillar crawls around, munching and getting bigger and bigger. Look, here's one that's just a few days old, and next to it is one that's 2 weeks old. Look how much it's grown. But they're not fully grown up even then, because that's when something really magical happens. They wrap themselves up for a big sleep, and when they wake up, they're a butterfly. I've got 2 sleeping here. It looks a bit like a caterpillar in a sleeping bag, doesn't it? It's called a chrysalis. And when it wakes up, it will be a beautiful butterfly.
When you wake up in the morning, you look the same as you did when you went to bed. But when a caterpillar goes to sleep, it changes into a butterfly.
So I know that video briefly went over the life cycle of a butterfly and how it grows and changes, but we're going to save that and those details for the next lesson. Today we're going to focus on all about the caterpillar. Let's begin reading together. Caterpillars are the larvae or young of butterflies. Caterpillars are the prey of many birds and insects. They don't want to get eaten, so to avoid the attacks, they have natural protections. Some caterpillars are colored to blend into their surroundings. What is this called when something is blending into something else? Camouflage, good. So they're protecting themselves from the birds and the insects. Others have dots or stripes on their bodies that make them look fierce or very large. A few caterpillars give off a very unpleasant smell, and a small number of them grow poisonous hair. So all of these characteristics help caterpillars stay away from their birds and insects, right? They're predators and prey. Well, diet, what do they eat? What do caterpillars eat? Do they eat hamburgers, tacos, quesadillas, pizza? I don't think so. Many caterpillar species are herbivores. Herbivores, meaning that they feed on vegetables and plants, right? Plants only. It is important for caterpillars to eat a lot so that they can sustain their growth into the next stage of their life, which is adulthood. This kind of reminded me of humans, right? As a baby, as a child, your parents feed you so that you can get all the nutrients in your body in order to move on to the next stage of your life. But listen to this. In its lifetime, a caterpillar eats about 27,000 times their body weight. Imagine eating that much. That's a lot. These are some interesting pictures that I found of different caterpillars. As you could see, some of them have different colors. Some of them have one color and camouflage into the leaves. Some of them have patterns. What else do you notice? Give yourself a moment to look at them. Which one's your favorite? Have you seen a caterpillar before? What did it look like? They all have very unique characteristics, just like humans, and they're all very different. Boys and girls, now we are moving on to our important part of our lesson, which revolves around your homework. Your homework is going to be labeling the parts of a caterpillar, so I want you to pay extra close attention to this lesson, part of the lesson. Let's go through the different parts. Well, point to your head. We all have a head, and so do caterpillars. The head of the caterpillar includes the eyes and the mouth parts that's used for eating. Sounds very similar to a human being. Don't you agree? So the head is the first section of the caterpillar's body. Let's move on to the next one. The next section of the body is called the thorax. Can you say that word with me? Thorax. The thorax consists of 3 segments and 3 pairs of legs. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, it's a pair, so how many are there in total? How many are there in all? The third and the longest section of the caterpillar body is the abdomen. Can you say that word? Abdomen. This is the abdomen in green right here. The abdomen is usually 10 segments long and includes the prolegs and most of the spiracles. So these keywords we'll be going over in the next couple slides. But I want you to understand that there are 3 main parts of the body for the caterpillar. 3 main sections. You have the head, then you have what is this called again? Thorax. Remember? The thorax. And the last section of the caterpillar is the abdomen. The abdomen. Nice work. In the thorax, you have something that we're going to actually call them true legs. And these right here are 3 pairs of legs. And guess what? They each, at the end of it, have a tiny little claw. What do you think these legs, or how do you think these legs help the caterpillar? What is the purpose of these legs? Why do you think they have claws at the end of it? I want you to think about that for a moment. Again, these are the true legs. We also have another pair of legs, and these we call prolegs, abdominal prolegs. So you can see that they're towards the back of the caterpillar, and they're in pairs on the 3rd through the 6th abdominal segments. They're in the back. They are very soft, and they have hooks on the ends. And these hooks help the caterpillar cling onto surfaces. So as it's growing, as it's moving, as it's climbing, these are able to help the caterpillar grab on and instead of falling down, right? So these are the prolegs. We have the true legs and then the prolegs. How do you breathe? Where do you breathe from as a human being? Well, we don't breathe like the caterpillar does. I want everyone to take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1. Caterpillars don't breathe through their nose or their mouth like humans. Instead, if you see these black dots right here along the caterpillar's body, these are tiny holes on the side called spiracles. Can you say the word spiracles? The spiracles carry the oxygen through the body of the caterpillar. So again, they don't breathe like humans. They breathe through the holes on their body called spiracles. 1, 2, 3, 4 tentacles. Some caterpillars have tentacles that protrude, come out from behind the head. Here's the head, behind the head, and near the end of the abdomen. So we have some right here at the end of the abdomen. And these serve as a way to alert the caterpillar when it's close to an object. So it's kind of like a message, a signal to the caterpillar, and it helps them with their surroundings. Again, these are called the tentacles. The most interesting thing that I found about the body of the caterpillar is something called the bristles. When I think of the word bristles, what do you think about? I think about a toothbrush. A toothbrush has bristles. Well, so does a caterpillar. Don't they look alike? All of these things right here that are sticking out of the caterpillar's body are bristles. And these help the caterpillar and they protect them from the butterfly larva, right? For the butterfly or the moth larva. So I think of bristles and I think of toothbrush. All right, boys and girls. So this wraps up our lesson for today. We went over the characteristics of a caterpillar, what they look like, their body parts. In your packet, butterfly unit, this is the packet that your teacher gave you. On page 20, you could find a page that looks like this. And you can either create this, create your homework in your packet, like you can complete it in your packet and upload a picture, or you can complete it on Seesaw. There's an assignment where you can drag and drop the different parts of the caterpillar. Boys and girls, I hope you had a great time today learning about the caterpillar. This week on Thursday, we will continue learning about the life cycle of a butterfly and go into detail about that. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.